final phase. In this case, 7-7 is normal, and speaking of normal, it's time to take off.
All right, let's go. So essentially, we were just playing an open mode seed.
That is correct.
And we see two people. Let's see. We have Fear Agent Goomba starting in the Sanctuary. We have Chloe, Power, and Unfit starting at the Link's house and headed over to Uncle, it looks like.
That is correct. Unfit is already at Uncle's. While I saw a map check earlier, Eastern Palace has our green pendant.
And a tree pull from Chloe, just some 5 rupees, so a little bit of money, but not really the 20s or the bombs that you would really want.
And not the piece of heart we're looking for. Oh, well, okay. Some health early on may help.
Okay, and Goomba gonna go check and see. It looks like bombs there, so it looks like Aga will not be forced for the item.
Yeah, the Lumberjack Cave is going to be left alone by our featured 4, amongst a host of others that are off-stream. Ooh!
Nice,
that looked like
nice
a blue
early,
tunic.
yeah, nice early safety. Not something these runners are likely to absolutely need, but you would never turn that down when it's easy to pick up like that.
And oh, nice bomb drop by Goomba. That will at least get us, one of a few choices. We may choose to bomb early into Blind's hut, maybe the well, maybe bomb the bombable hut, or we'll just purchase some anyway. Who knows?
Well, 3 of our 4 runners have checked the Link's house chest, which had 300 rupees, so money not going to be an issue until they start worrying about Zora.
That is a fair point. And by the way, you may see in the top of your screen the SG Live command. That is because Speed Gaming is going to be in Washington, D.C. for October 24th through 27th for their first ever live event, where there will be tournaments for Link to the Past Randomizer, Ocarina of Time Randomizer, and Mario Maker 2, amongst a host of others. But those are the main 3, with cash prizes available. Head to speedgaming.org/sglive for more information.
Okay, so the library just had bombs. We don't have to worry about getting the Pegasus boots right away. Let's see what we have in Blind's hut here. Ooh, already got gloves, nice. And powder is always a nice little extra safety. And in the back...
Let's see.
Just some arrows. Unfit and Chloe both buying bombs.
Yeah, the back of the tavern didn't have anything important. Maybe the Kuko hut will. And inside the Kuko hut, very nice indeed.
Well, and the fire rod even extra important in the new version, where some of the dark rooms that have torches on them. Oh, and a sword there in well. But getting back to the fire rod, it actually opens up some of those dark rooms. You don't have to have... If there's a torch you can light up, those dark rooms are in logic.
Actually, the logic regarding the torches have been updated here. So,
again?
version 31 has... it's okay. The Super Metroid Link to the Past Rando is not on the same version.
No,
so
we're on version 29.
So... 2 versions later, also nice cape find, there are 2 types of item placements available, basic and advanced.
Yes.
Basic basically removes some of the more annoying locations, like, say, Spike Cave, and also add some additional sanity checks, such as, Death Mountain Island that has an item beyond Hookshot Cave? You technically need the Ether Medallion in basic mode. Changes a few other things, such as, well, if there is a room where you can light a torch, you can be expected to use the fire rod, light the torch, and if you are, say, in the Hyrule Castle sewers, you may find your lamp there. So it's just, one of those new things to get used to.
Most runners will opt to use that fire rod in those situations anyway, and most runners actually know how to do all the dark rooms even without, so it's not really a huge change for the experienced runners.
I am honestly thankful there are no torches in, torches to light in Misery Mire. That means I don't have to memorize that dark room when I play.
I'm thinking fire rod making Aga and logic might not be a great thing either.
Exactly. Now you're learning, Tracy.
Okay, let's see what's in the back of Escape here.
And in the meantime, Goomba heading to the reservoir. Oh, perfect location. Now, inside the reservoir, we have 20 rupees. But now let's drain the waters and see what we get.
It looks like Fear Agent's gonna check that Dark Cross item.
This is technically in logic now, so who knows what we will find.
And just rupees there. Goomba doesn't even bother picking them up. I'm a little surprised. 20 rupee spot when you still haven't gotten to Zora yet? I don't know. I might pick that up just to make it a little bit quicker.
Now,
we're probably hoping to get something bigger.
Now, while the chest that Fear Agent is going for is in logic, he's trying to do so in reverse and without any magic in order to light the torches. So that makes this a little tricky, but there we go, picks up the key from the roaming rat. In the meantime,
Goomba with an ether medallion and a bottle.
And so a bottle of red potion.
Sick Kid in logic, and ether may or may not be needed. We'll see.
And in the meantime, Chloe managed to light the room and got a heart container for the efforts in the sewer chest.
Oh, an unfit checking Agahnim. That's an interesting early check.
Agahnim, the often forgotten one. While Goomba is heading to the other forgotten
Ice
Rod Pit.
That was a moon pearl at Agahnim. It might be a while before the rest of our runners get there.
Yeah, Agahnim is not going to be forgotten today. And Fear Agent successfully hula-hanning. I think this is going to be an Ice Rod Cave to actual flipper play. I'm not that to King Zora.
That makes a lot of sense. He's got flippers, so probably I don't know if he's checked the South Shore stuff. Probably do that to Ice Rod and then flipper over to do the flips checks and then flipper over to the portal that'll take him over to Zora and the waterfall ferry.
That makes perfect sense. And yet, Tracy, I am bothered.
Yes.
Notice that we have one glove, one moon pearl,
and one cape, and one sword.
We cannot logically access the top of Aghanim's tower yet, but we're running low on checks.
No, we can. We have a cape and we have a sword.
The top of Aghanim's tower. Not all of the dark rooms have torches.
Right, good point. So we're gonna see a lamp soon, or we're gonna see a hammer or a second glove. So which one's gonna come?
Nothing yet.
Yeah, because you're right. That fire rod does not put Aga in logic. There are enough rooms that don't have torches. Okay, ice rod check.
Yeah, I think we saw this already on Goomba's side, but let's watch the live replay.
It is just a container heart, which is nice to pick up. But not what they're looking for.
So at this point, we are running low on available locations. I believe we are limited to Eastern Palace, Waterfall of the Wishing,
Yep.
King Zora, and the Zora Ledge.
Yep. At least they're concentrated in 2 different places. The question is, which do you do first? I like the flippers checks first, just because hopefully the flippers lead you to something.
Well, the bird lover there gave us 20 rupees. Don't know if that counts as something else.
Well, it gets you closer to Zora, but if you already have the Zora money.
And the front of escape gave us a red boomerang on Goomba's side, but not much else. Also, I apologize if I'm cutting out of it and not on my normal setup here. Am I sounding a little better now?
It sounds okay to me. It was a little bit dicey before, but I think you're okay now.
I am going to hope that this hotel wireless is not getting mad at me.
Yeah, hotel is always a thing. Okay, we have a piece of heart and 5 rupees in the waterfall wishing. So let's see if Zora is the answer, or if the waterfall ledge here, or Zora's ledge here. Coming up, which you're about to see on Chloe's side. And just a heart container. I don't think Chloe has enough money, so going to reset.
Okay, you've gotten... hang on, I have to refresh my side here. Sorry about that. Hopefully I sound a little better.
Okay, so Chloe's gonna go check the eastern area. A little less annoying, in my opinion, to go over here without being able to clear, because it looks like it's a pendant. Of course, it is a green pendant, so maybe that could lead to something.
In order for this to lead to anything, we have to find the bow.
Yep, exactly.
However, we are... Okay, I missed what was on that Zora ledge while talking there.
I believe it was a container heart or something. It wasn't anything that they wanted. It wasn't anything useful, but we have not seen Zora. We're going to see that in Fear Agent's side. He's got enough money to pay, so we're going to see what it is.
Will it be a life lesson, a love lesson, or worth?
Bottle's not the worst thing in the world, but it's not exactly what they were looking for. Yeah, B lesson.
We already have access to another bottle. As such, it is a life lesson for many.
Yeah.
And so, Chloe will give us our first look at Eastern Palace.
I think that's all that's left. There's gotta be a lamp, a hammer, or a glove here.
Actually, chat brings up a good point. I don't think
or
we
a
have
sick
seen
kit.
any of...
No one's turned in that bottle yet. That is a great point.
Well, one of them will at some point. Hopefully.
What's interesting here with Eastern Palace, though, is that even though with the bow, they don't have a bow, so it's not in logic to go back to Armos Knights. But the fire rod plus the bow would put that in logic. However, because there are no torches that let you get to the big key room, that is not in logic.
That is correct.
Which is probably one of the first dark rooms anyone ever learns, too.
You are learning the new logic quite well, Tracy. Congratulations.
Okay. Right now, I'm kind of following Chloe here. Going to be checking furthest ahead in the Eastern Palace.
Furthest ahead, we just have to take care of the magic Stalfos over here.
Okay, another check coming up, and ooh, a hook shot. It doesn't do much for us in logic. Logically, that doesn't do anything for us. If we could get to Death Mountain, logically it would. I mean, they could rescue the old man in the dark. Ah, and there's our lamp. Okay, so question for you. They have a lamp. They have a lamp and a glove. They can go to Death Mountain. They have the hook shot. A whole bunch of stuff you can clear there. Do you go to Death Mountain hoping to find that hammer or the second glove, or do you just rush Aga at this point?
Well, technically I would go to Sick Kid first, but after that, actually, no, Death Mountain first, then Sick Kid, then Agahnim.
Yeah, seems reasonable. No one ever wants to go to Aga, but man, if it turns out to be required, that would be such a great play.
The thing here, as you know, going to Agahnim early in this case was a wonderful play by Unfit. But, you know, that's still relatively quick to get to. Going up Aga Tower, we're talking 5 minutes at minimum, usually?
Yeah, and especially with only a fighter sword, that does slow you down.
The mountain is the way to go here.
Now, the other three not having their moon pearls, I'd be really surprised if they didn't go to the mountain first.
Yeah, we may have a situation where one of the other three may rush up Aga Tower after visiting Death Mountain, forgetting about Agahnim, because how often does that reclusive old sage give us anything?
Exactly. And they could be thinking the possibility of the moon pearl right on that pyramid. So that is a thing that can happen.
Oh yes, one of the things that I should mention as Goomba gets the lamp, you may have noticed the telepathic tiles that Chloe and Goomba have passed up. It is possible in version 31 to turn off the hints entirely, and that is our current new standard setting.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the hints. Usually when I get a hint, it's something like your glove, telling you where your glove is, but you're in Ice Palace. So, like, how does that help me? You literally can't get there without the glove, and they're telling you where it is? Come on, game.
Oh, Unfit taking... I couldn't... It was an intentional death, or actually it may have been...
Yeah, that looks intentional. Like he's gonna head over to Dark Cross. It looks like he hasn't gone there yet. Okay, let's see what... Well, bombs. Can't get to those bombs anyway. Yeah, this Death Mountain check, I really like it. It's 7 items in the Paradox Cave area, plus you can do Spiral Cave.
And we can see what is on top of not Lake Hylia, Death Mountain Island. But yes, sometimes I am aware that you sometimes do get silly hints. But the way I see it, it is part of the charm.
Actually, the actual on-purpose silly hints don't bother me at all. It's the ones that tell me stuff that I already know and can't possibly... like, the hints should be logically placed, you know what I mean? Anyway, let's see what's in Paradox Cave up here, in the upper part.
I do understand the idea. That should be a separate option.
Oh my god, a flute?
Ooh.
It's like an ice rod.
That is an ice rod. And what else do we have?
And rupees. But it doesn't give us Dark World access.
That is correct. So as much as Paradox Cave gave us some useful items, and who knows, possibly something required as Unfit checks out Sick Kid, Cane of Burna, not necessarily required, but still helpful.
Now, Cane of Burna is a fun item to use if you're killing blind and you don't have much else to do it with.
As we now approach this old place, Spiral Cave, Chloe Prowers in Spiral Cave. What's it got? Well, we don't know. It may be great, or it may just blow. Look out, Chloe's in Spiral Cave.
And 20 rupees. After all that, only 20 rupees.
Shoutouts to the base beast for that variation.
Okay, so what do we have anything left at this time? Because I think we've seen everything. I think they're gonna have to do Aga with a fighter's sword, which is no fun.
I think you are correct. We saw Sick Kid, we saw Death Mountain. We have a lot of useful items, but I think we're going to get progression on the pyramid.
Actually, possibly even in Pod, because we know where Moon Pearl is, even though 3 of our runners here don't.
And Fear Agent has an issue. Let's notice that Fear Agent is out of bombs and doesn't actually have magic for projectiles.
Oh,
So the way that the logic works in this game, you can always farm for rupees. Because you can always farm for rupees, the logic assumes you always have bombs.
Yep.
So the unfortunate part here is there is a shop in the Death Mountain area that Fear Agent is in, but we need bombs in order to access it. Alright, it's about to get that Moon Pearl.
Oh, and Fear Agent checked out the floating island item. I did not see what that was.
Nothing important.
Probably not. Can't get it anyway yet.
Yeah, we are still missing, the remaining part of Dark World Access, which today is going to start with the Castle Tower. And, oh my gosh, Fear Agent just got 3 bombs off of the mini Moldorms and berries.
The nice thing here, now he'll just be able to save and quit out of this instead of having to either do the bomb jump across or waste time going back around.
That is true. And, oh, Chloe has not done the front of escape yet. Now, we know we saw a red boomerang there, but I don't recall seeing anything else.
Yeah, I don't recall anything important there.
So who is going to be the first to enter?
I suspect it'll be one of our 2 runners on the right, because they both have their Moon Pearls already. Goomba and Fear Agent still have to check Agahnim. And as annoying as that check is, it's probably something I'm going to go to before I go to Aga. On the other hand, knowing that you need 2 items for Dark World, maybe you just go straight to Aga and hope that's the Moon Pearl. But if it isn't, there's not a whole lot you can do there.
Unfit is now fit to have the lamp. As I'm going to go silent for a bit, Tracy.
Okay.
Folks, enjoy some better music than.
Fear Agent activating that flute. Which will give him easier access to get over to that Agahnim check.
Alright, esteemed guests, the duck is among. And, oh, Chloe, you may want to. There you go. Good thing you did not use that bomb. Also, shout out to Professor Renderer for that, Congratulations to the Hat in Time community. You are the lead-off game for another event later on. But the main event we are focusing on here is Speed Gaming Live.
Alright, here we go. Chloe, the first one to enter Aga Tower. As Goomba picks up the Moon Pearl and Fear Agent about to pick up that Moon Pearl.
And ooh, I think Chloe went a little off script against the fallen chain guards, but able to still keep it together.
Looks like Goomba still has some castle checks to do first.
Well, it's also to get some guaranteed magic.
That does help.
After all, Chloe is out of magic while is about to get full magic thanks to that drop. But yeah, in order to get through that barrier, we need the magic cape, and the cape does not come for free.
Nope. Not at all.
And now, both of the key chests have been raided by Chloe. Time to go deeper. At this point, only Unfit hasn't realized that Aga Tower is the way to go, though even he is suspecting it.
Oh, at this point you're just hoping that it's not. You know it is. You know it is. And you're like, yeah, I should just go there. And then, but you know it's gonna, but you just on the off chance that that one missing item is gonna be elsewhere.
Well, speaking of numbers, I don't know how often you get to play this game whenever you mess with Super Metroid Link to the Past combo, but we are approaching the boss of the castle tower, Agahnim.
Yep.
Agahnim likes to fire a number of blue balls in addition to the red balls and the lightning. Assuming a perfect pattern where every time we get some red balls we get to hit, how many will we encounter? Put in a number between 0 and 15, inclusive range, integers only, please.
Wait, I can't put an imaginary number in there?
Please don't. And of course, chat takes your suggestion a little bit too seriously. And a mega full 4 factorial is over 15. Nice try.
I like SMBM Oro's answer because that's actually 0. and death warping is not fun when you have 10 full hearts. As Fury
No, it is
displaying
not.
right now. And blue mail. The blue mail not helping.
Okay, guessing ceases at this point. Nif Boy is the last one who I'm counting. So let's see what happens. Well, there's one.
And of course, this will be standardized. It'll be the same for all the runners here.
As long as we have no unfortunate deaths during this fight, that is correct.
True. Well, the one thing I like about having to go to Aga Tower is this is my favorite music of the game. The castle music.
And 1 blue ball is the answer. Who was the first?
So E the I Pi plus 1? No, that's 0, sorry.
Actually, red armor was the first to say 1 in any form, so they get it. Now, what's on that pyramid? Oh, just a piece of heart. We're going to pod, folks.
We are going to pod. Hammerless pod, let's go.
This... Wait a second. Actually? Chloe's not going to pod.
Looks like we're gonna get a catfish check.
One of the other annoying checks.
And money not being an issue here, 819 rupees. You need only, what is it, 120 to get through?
110 at a minimum.
It's 10
However,
for
that
the
is...
first part.
Also, thank you for the map check, Goomba. Oh, this is interesting. Palace of Darkness is also a pendant.
Of course it is.
It is entirely possible now that we may encounter a bow in Ganon's tower.
That could happen. And Quake at Catfish. If that is one of our required medallions, that'll be huge, having gone here already.
Hold on a second. Catfish? Since when did you like, the flavor of vanilla?
That's a good point.
Now, it also looks like we have our pyramid crystals at Swamp Palace and Thieves Town.
Actually, that's a nice set of crystals for that. Oh wait, Swamp. I'm getting mixed up with Skull Woods. Thieves Town is always the ones you can get to very, very easily. Swamp has too many different things. They have a hook shot. They don't have the mirror yet. So they can't quite get in there yet.
Well, that, and we still need the hammer in order to get past the second chest.
Yep. But Turtle Rock being a pendant, so hopefully we won't have to see that.
Right now, I'm trying to picture... What? Oh, Bombos is up there. What are you doing on top of Bumper Cave? And Goomba Okay, Goomba did get Quake. I thought it was missed, but... This is a strange seed to me, Tracy. How often can we say that pod may not even be necessary in this fashion?
That is true.
So, HLA hat, Misery Mire could be Bombos. We don't know. Right now, the only free medallion anyone really picked up was Ether from the Moldorm Cave. Yeah, Umber Cave, it's kind of easy to get to today because Cape was also free, but the Murder Dactyls, as I call them, they're never easy. And of course, Catfish has Quake. But right now I want to talk a little bit about Chloe with Skull Woods. So, Tracy, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I like what Chloe's doing, going straight to the back of Skull Woods. Can full clear it, has the fire rod, so might as well go kill Moth now, and then if you don't get the items in the back, then you can go back and check the front. Meanwhile, Unfit going into pod.
Yeah, we have Divergence. So there is something I want to ask you. Do you remember in Skull Woods, that one room with the pinball bumpers, one way out?
Oh yeah, that's a terrible room.
In the new advanced item placement, it is possible that room does not have a small key.
That is correct. Oh, and a sword in the first chested pod. We are bow locked, which is a good thing because get in, get your sword, get out, be done.
Having that sword there, that also gives us access to damage most of the bosses with the fighter sword. However, Mothula is one of those where we can actually use our level 1 sword to take out the moth. It's just a little hard to do so because of that moving conveyor belt and all the spikes.
Now, this is interesting. Unfit is going to do the potion glitch to go further in pod. I don't know if I like this in a pendant situation. I mean, you might find something back there, but man, I think I just wait until if it was a crystal, then I'd feel differently. Just go ahead and do it now, because eventually you're gonna have to come back anyway. And pod's not a very linear dungeon, but as a pendant, I don't know. We'll see if he finds anything back here. It looks like Fury just gonna do the same thing though. So we have our upper runners going into pod, our lower runners going to Skull Woods.
And Chloe, with that potion used, manages to take out Mothula, gets a map, but more importantly, a crystal. First blood goes to Chloe. And in the meantime, Goomba managed to pick up a heart container from the back of Skull Woods, and Unfit got 2 small keys, so that helps a little bit. And for those asking, Goomba and now Chloe Prower just picked up the heart container.
And Fury Agent working on a Death Warp as well.
3 of our 6 small Palace of Darkness have been found. We have a vanilla ice cream big key there.
Yes, we do.
And 4 out of 6.
Okay, still haven't found the second item in Skull Woods.
Again, we may see that pinball room have our second item today.
I think I've played, of the seeds I've played of the new version, I think both times I had an item in pinball room, so it's certainly not an unusual occurrence. I think it's making up for lost time.
In the meantime, Unfit is going to attempt to not need a key and attempt to what is known as Hammer Yump. Pixel perfect placement of the bomb, pixel perfect placement of Link, and then away you go!
And nicely done. And just rupees.
Alright, 2 chests remain.
There's that other Skull Woods, just a bottle. So that'll be it for Skull Woods.
No pinball room today. Waluigi is upset. Let's see how many of you got that reference.
And so far we haven't seen anything in just that sword in pod so far.
While C-shape house check for Chloe, just a piece of heart.
And Chloe headed over to Thieves Town.
Also, I just realized we have not seen the hammer in Palace of Darkness, even with all of Unfit's and Fear Agent's checks.
We've not seen the only thing that I saw of any worth in pod today was that sword. That was it. Okay, let's see. We so far only 50 rupees in Thieves Town.
And with ZC, all of our runners ended up going to Eastern because both the hookshot and lantern were there.
top runner's now heading over to Catfish. And
It's
a piece
almost
of heart
a-
in Thieves. So
Almost
far
a miniature race.
Yeah, so far 2 items in Thieves. Neither one what we're looking for.
Now, Goomba.
A mirror in the Abominable Hut for Goomba. I don't think Chloe got to that yet. Fortunately, in Thieves Town, the mirror doesn't do much for you, so he'll get that afterwards.
Now, that mirror does give us entry into Swamp Palace, where it is entirely possible that the second chest does have a hammer, which would be very annoying if it did, by the way. So, actually, Lord Pato in chat brings up a good point. We now have access to Tower of Hera.
We do indeed. Interesting what Chloe did there. There's a key that you can pick up right before the room where you fight blind. He decided not to pick that up. He's just going to use the key that the other chest key that you pick up to open the door. I'm guessing since without the hammer, you can't get the big chest item anyway.
That is correct. Both the small key and the hammer lock up. Oh,
Mitts.
There's our Titan's mitts. That's effectively a French vanilla location because proper dungeon, different spot.
Chest. But still no hammer.
We may not need to worry about the hammer as much. I mean, we're still going to require it at some point.
Yeah, the question is there an item in that big chest? There's still one more item left.
That there is.
This is where you hope the item is here. If not here, then on Blind himself. And yes, those mitts also give us access to Mire. We can't finish Mire without Kane, though. And just a map, so that leaves a 50-50 shot that last item is on Blind.
Yeah, we'll end up seeing what happens shortly. Now, I need a reminder, Tracy. Again, I've mentioned your love of SMZ3 before. Does Blind give puns on that one as well?
Yes. Yeah, so the SMZ3 is based on version 29, so yeah, yes.
Well, let's see if we get a new one today.
No. I've seen that one before.
It was worth a shot. Come on, Blind, get some better material.
And Chloe's gonna put that cane of Berta to work on Blind. Not necessarily the most efficient way to do it, but I think it's the most fun way to do that fight.
And with a piece of heart, I think we're good for Thieves Town.
We are good for Thieves Town. That was 4 items in Thieves. The mitts being the highlight of the item collection there. And a pretty good highlight that is. And there's that pinball room on Fear Agent screen, and just a small key. The good news about that room is that you can actually make use of the hands picking you up and taking you back to the beginning.
Well, that does work. I did forget about that.
Without the mirror, it's a nice backup.
Alright, Unfit preparing to take out Mothula. Get through the rest of this mini gauntlet first, while Goomba is taking on Blind. And I do not blame Fear Agent for that death warp, or death.
Yeah, this way he'll have more hearts to go in there with.
Alright, Chloe spent a little bit of time farming for bombs at that 50-50 spot. We need 2 bombs in order to access most of the items inside what many call Hype Cave, and what many more call something inappropriate for digital, not exactly television.
Well, we'll see which it is this time. Oh, a sword. Okay, so now Chloe has his Master Sword. Looks like Goomba picking up the frog before doing the dig game, which means he can't do the dig game until he ditches that frog. But fortunately with the mirror, that's not that big a deal.
Yeah, that is true. But then the question becomes, when do you escort the purple chest?
That is a good one.
And in this case, our blacksmiths are heartsmiths. And Goomba setting up for the magic bat does have the chest with him. And as Sphere Agent celebrates getting the crystal, Goomba celebrates Batman. Oh, okay, it's not exactly a batarang, but we'll take it.
Oh, was it the blue boomerang? I didn't see it.
It was the blue boomerang. And so, by taking this path, Goomba is missing out on a Master Sword right now.
And just a purple heart. Or just a piece of heart in the purple chest.
We thank Goomba for his efforts in the Hylian Civil War.
Yeah, the problem with that powder check is that because they don't have the hammer, they can't get back to that mirror spot. It looks like we're going to see some Mire area checks from Goomba, so we'll see some new stuff here.
Well, we're not going to see what that medallion is yet. That looked like Bombos.
Whereas Chloe goes ahead and takes that chest right back into the dark world. And nothing in the Mire shed.
Now, I am a little bit concerned here. We are running out of locations to find that hammer.
Well, Goomba gonna go ahead and do desert right now. It's a crystal, so you might as well get it done while you can. We have access to Tower of Hera. No one's gone up there yet.
Now, what's on that torch?
We are boots, at least partially boots locked. We might be able to get, we could steal a key from the back area to check some items.
And we could hope that this small chest right here has our big key. And I said we could hope.
Yeah, I actually kind of prefer to have it clear whether or not, if you do have access to the big key, then you have a choice. You can either clear all of desert or make the checks. Whereas if you can't find the big key, you can steal the key from the back and make the checks and then go back and kill Landmolus later.
Alright, checkerboard cave coming up for Goomba.
Just a piece of heart.
No thank you. I just realized Chloe can actually check out what is on the Bombos tablet.
Yep. Goomba the only one without a second sword.
So I think Goomba is heading towards Tower of Hera. Chloe? You have... Oh wait, Chloe doesn't have the book, right?
Yeah, no one's got the book yet, so can't even read it. Yeah, that's a good point. Well, we'll get our first look at Hype Cave over here. And I do believe there's actually a website now that actually calculates how hype a Hype Cave is.
There actually is a website? Well, let's see these items and please put them in. We have 20 rupees. And not a good start. We have a aggressive shield, piece of heart, 10 arrows, and 100 rupees. While it is unique, I don't think we need that website.
I was gonna say I don't think we need that website, but in case people are curious, I'll go ahead and put it in chat, see if anybody wants to actually put that in.
And just nothing in Super Bunny.
We can check Hookshot Cave.
We can check Hookshot Cave, yes.
And Fairy Agent are first with the Tempered Sword, digging up the sword at the dig game.
And chat, for those of you wondering about a particular item location, it is not dead yet. We may still... Oh, hi Greg! We may still find the Pegasus boots on the pedestal. And by the way, Tracy, Greg is the Green Rupee of Eternal Glory. There are 2 Gregs in this game.
Gotcha. And of course, yeah, boots could be on the pedestal, but they may not need those boots. And whether they would go that far to get them is a good question. Depends on how much of those dungeons you're already cleared, I suppose.
Well, in the meantime, Goomba is going to Tower of Hera. Well, at least with a small key... Oh, wait, that may not be a good thing, actually.
No, that's a bad thing. We don't want to have to go to the basement if we don't have to. But we have to. Well, we'll see. Is he going to do the clip? See, I don't think I would do that clip here. There's still too much you're missing.
You mean the recent pot clip to to
skip the big key door. But if you do that, then you're skipping out on some items there. Website gives a 1.6 out of 10. I'm not even sure I'd give it that much. Oh, good point. Well, yeah, we do need those boots for Desert Palace. We did have a small key on the torch there.
Well, the other thing we have to remember is technically the Hype Cave site you linked us to also covers the Super Metroid items as well.
Yeah, perhaps I do believe that you can actually set it for either both or neither, or either both or just Link to the Past.
I'm starting to wonder if all those other missiles are overvaluing the Link to the Past item. Oh, look at Fear. Fear wants to see that second chest.
Even if it's not the hammer, it could be something useful.
This is a seed for gambling. Note, please gamble responsibly if you do decide to gamble. We are not responsible for any mishaps or bad seeds that may happen. Alright, Goomba approaching the big chest of Hera, while Fear is going for that second chest. Alright, what is it?
Man, that's so disappointing. It's just bombs. Okay, Goomba getting
Nothing
a piece of heart.
Then.
So the other item will be on Moldor. Let's see what that is.
Alright. With the fighter sword, it's 6 hits no matter what. I don't think spinning can speed it up.
And no hammer to use to make it a little quicker. And we get a bow. Okay, that's not what I want to find. Oh baby, I can go clear out Pendant Pod and Pendant Eastern. And Goomba hasn't even been in Pod yet, so. Oh, sorry, Goomba's one of the ones that did do. Wait, no,
Goomba has not gone into Pod.
Not gone into Pod. Those are upper runners.
That is correct. So here's the interesting thing. I don't know if you may have noticed this, but bows are now progressive as well.
Yes, they are.
So it is entirely possible that we may find the silver arrows now. Though according to chat, we have either found 4 or 5 of the items in Palace of Darkness. I did not keep a good track.
I was not counting.
Oh, Fear Agent's going for it.
Nice. Well, it turns out he's not going to skip anything. Yeah, I wasn't counting the number of items in either one of those dungeons, but Goomba hasn't been to Pod yet, so that bow might lead him over there, and hopefully it doesn't. The only location we did not see was the Helmosaur item. But as you say, we are starting to run out of locations.
Well, let's see. Bombos is needed for Misery Mire. There are only 2 checks there, or 2 items there, but we may still need Aria. However, let's see. Ice Palace, we have access to 4 chests, 5 if we get the big key within the first 4, but the remaining ones require the hammer.
Yep.
And KRFSM, while you can bomb King Helmosaur's mask off, you can't access King Helmosaur unless you pound the Mondo Mole. And yes, it's Oasis. Moldorm has our bow. And Fear's deciding to at least get the big key. Will he decide to Herapod again, or just travel normally?
That's a good question.
And I do not know how to say those names, but if you were to use the Enemizer with a boss shuffle, then only if it's boss shuffle can you possibly require bomb King Helmosaur. Alright, Goomba entering the 1.6 cave.
Yep.
We are serious. I'm seriously gonna have to consider using this website more. So then what makes it 10 out of 10?
Maybe a glove, a fire rod or an ice rod. All the good stuff in Hype Cave. I don't know, I saw a clip once of someone picking up 4 swords in a Hype Cave. I think that might be a 10 out of 10.
I didn't realize that we were suddenly playing the Minish Cap Randomizer, which, by the way, it is out. Give it a shot at some.
And Fear Agent is gonna go try and go fall into that pot again. And by the way, this is supposed to be a lot easier with boots.
I mean, at that point, it almost sounds like we're dealing with but...
There we go.
I mean, yeah, proper bomb placement, hook shot in while you're sort of mislodged, there you go. Yeah, it's all clipped. Now, with that bow, Goomba is able to, well, not full clear Pod, but is able to access everything except King Helmosaur, so, Chat, you may need to help us count them down.
Yep. So we know this was an item, was a sword. And so Goomba gets his tempered sword.
So 4 more remain. And, okay, I admit I am not using a tracker for my commentary notes tonight, but are we effectively down to Ice Palace?
And Mire.
And Mire.
Pick your poison. Now the good news with Ice Palace is you still should be able to clear it. You just can't do all the checks. Mire you can't clear, no, without the cane.
Now, you actually cannot clear Ice Palace. Unless it just so happens that we find the hammer along the way. And that is because right before Cold Stare, even if you were to sequence break with the Ice Palace bomb jump, there are Mondo moles.
Yeah, we still have the moles.
Yeah, it's... The hammer is... Oh, we haven't seen Graveyard Ledge yet. Thank you, Fear Agent. Well, that wasn't exactly what I was hoping for, but... Oh well.
Well, we've seen it now.
That we have, Tracy, that we have. By the way, I think we should at least make sure, please, everyone, follow these runners. They are going through a not-so-kind seed. They deserve your support.
And... Rip commands.
Did my exclamation point R not even show?
No, 3 of us typed it in, and it didn't happen, so, okay. Anyway, yeah, Hammer could be on Green Pendant. They do have the bow, they can finish off Eastern, so that is another location that they do have access to.
Okay, that explains it. I had a chat disconnect. Cursed hotel wireless. So, that is effectively at most 6 item locations available.
Yeah. Hammer being in Turtle Rock is a possibility, but yeah, we don't have the Cane of Samaria, so that's kind of irrelevant right now. Looks like Unfit is going to go over to the Mire area. He may be checking Desert first. I forget who already did that.
Yeah, and...
Hammer can't be in TR. Yep, because we need Hammer to get there.
Now, if we are playing inverted mode, we could theoretically find the Hammer in Turtle Rock because you have another entrance available. Laser Bridge.
Yep. This is definitely not inverted mode. I think I saw a seed where that did that, so...
And yeah, Unfit is going through Desert and is soon about to learn the bad news. While Goomba has decided enough is enough, and we need to go through Eastern to take out the Armos Knights.
Now, it isn't in logic, but they could still check those items in Desert by sealing the key. I'm a little surprised that no one's done that yet.
Stealing the key, I don't see that too often in this rando. It may just be more popular in SMZ3.
No, I don't know that it's more popular than one or the other. I just know it's what I would do. It's like, and in fact, it looks like that may be what... Nope, he's gonna check checkerboard first. Now, it's not gonna be your boots, but it could be one of the other items, depending on where boots are. Because it would be an out-of-logic check.
Well, here's hoping we get our answer soon because, this mystery is starting to become, a little bit intense here. In the meantime, Unfit, heading towards Village of Outcasts. Chloe, entering Eastern again. Fear Agent, taking out Blind and Goomba, about to encounter the Armos Knights.
Okay, let's see what we have here.
We have 6 Dancing Armos Knights, or excuse me, 5 Dancing Armos Knights, excuse me, 4, excuse me, 3, excuse me, 2, excuse me, 1, excuse me.
And we did full clear the items, but that green pendant could be our answer.
That it could be. Thank you, SSBM Oro. Alright. Sahasrara, what do you give up?
A container heart. That's so disappointing.
Well, at least we're getting extra health, but yeah, we are down to Misery Mire and Ice Palace.
It looks like Goomba's gonna check Misery Mire first. I kind of like this. Misery Mire is not a very linear dungeon unless you get the so-called God Mire, which is what we're gonna get here because that always happens when you have to clear it. Otherwise, you get a nice big key check. Yeah, Caneless Mire or Hammerless Ice. Oof.
Yeah, our runners do not have it easy tonight. Excuse me.
Well, some of them
Again,
might be. I mean, we got 20 some odd people running. Some of them might be out in Europe.
Again, greetings from Germany tonight. If you are wondering why I'm commentating at this time of day, now you know. I can at least let you know, some of the meals are the same over here. Some of them are different. I am honestly surprised that I have access to salmon every morning for breakfast, but I'm not objecting.
Okay, so we have Goomba doing Mire and Chloe doing Ice Palace. Which one is gonna pay off? Which one's gonna pay off more? Are we gonna have the Hammer and Mire and the Cane and Ice?
Oh gosh, that would be evil. Well, it's not a God Mire.
Well, there's still one more chest that can make it that.
Yeah, but you may as well just call it Prince Mire then. Or would that be King Mire? I don't know.
See, there it is. Now you can just go.
King Mire, I guess. We'll just go with that.
Okay, first check in chest and Ice is just a map.
And Unfit is hoping for second chest swamp. We know that won't happen. And HLA hat, Moldorm had our boat.
And a map in our third check in Mire. See if he goes to the cutscene. Yep, going straight for that cutscene.
Makes sense. If you're already on left side, you go for that cutscene test. Oh gosh, I am seeing some of the chat suggestions for what may possibly happen. You know what? I'm going to borrow a favorite saying from JTN as Chloe gets the bomb jump. Let's have a master shovel. And let's have our shovel lead to boots. I don't know.
And a compass at the cutscene.
Wow, that actually didn't pay off for Goomba. And Chloe is... Oh, let's see, we didn't get the big key yet out of ice, so... No, just a small key. Chloe has 2 checks left, I believe. And for Goomba, I think the big key is only in the one available small chest.
No, Goomba has the big key. It was the second chest in the room with all the spike room.
I forgot. Again, I don't have my notes on hand.
And there's Ice-T with the Cane of Samaria.
Oh boy. Are we going to have Hammer in Mire now?
You know it's gonna... Oh, I was about to say... saw that key for a moment there. We got one more check here. And
alright. That still means Vitreous has an item, right?
I believe so. I did not see what was in the chest in the main room. I'm gonna assume it was nothing. That it was one of the dungeon items.
Alright, so Ice Palace not paying off. I mean, okay, it does pay off with Cane of Samaria, but this is the last check that Chloe can make right now. Excuse me, this is not the last check, and oh no, Chloe has to mirror out in order to go back through.
I think if I'm Chloe, I'd take that cane to Misery Mire and come back.
But what if that big chest has the hammer?
It could. But Chloe will be back in Ice Palace regardless.
Oh my goodness, we have a number of mysteries right now. we don't know where the hammer is. We don't know if we need the boots.
We do know.
The pedestal is still... Right. We know we need the boots. We don't know where they are.
We don't know where they are.
So, the pedestal is still in play here because of the boots.
It is still in play.
Oh gosh, if we seriously have an Agahnim seed on this monstrosity...
Oh, here's the other fun fact. That cane opens up Turtle Rock. And effectively Turtle Rock...
No, it doesn't.
We still don't have the hammer. Never mind.
Not for the outside pegs.
Yep. That's a good thing. We don't want the hammer. For the turtle. We don't want to have it getting the cane before the hammer. That makes that a really good thing. Having that cane before the hammer means we can't go... So we can't go into Turtle Rock at all. That won't be our progression of any kind. Well, okay, I guess it could be boots, but let's hope not.
Yeah, we have to remember, hammer does not necessarily mean go mode yet. Where go mode is, you can basically rush the seed and finish it. What a seed we have today, time zone.
Like I said, it's night for some other people.
I am only in Germany for one more week, folks. I'll be back to the normal evening dailies eventually. But not until after SG Live, which is taking place October 24th through 27th in the Washington, D.C. area, where we have tournaments for Link to the Past Rando, Ocarina of Time Rando, and Mario Maker 2 Rando, amongst others, with the main ones and maybe some others having cash prizes available. Head to speedgaming.org/SGLive for additional information.
Yeah, and to Rakitsi for naming the seed for me, I don't roll the Link to the Past seeds. I just use SM seeds.
That, and honestly, I think we're trying to discourage naming seeds after particular people here.
Okay, so here's the big chest. Let's see what... And it's just rupees. So I believe that means we gotta have something on Vitreous that'll
Vitreous.
get us further.
I think you're right. So, here's the way I'm seeing this. If it's the hammer, we can finish Ice Palace, we can finish Swamp Palace,
Yep.
we can finish Pod, we can actually finish Turtle Rock. If it's the boots, then Pedestal is dead, we take care of Desert Palace, and we are on our merry way. If it's a fetch quest item, it's going to lead to one of the two, if not both.
If it's me, I want it to be the boots. I do not want it to be hammer. Because hammer opens up so many other things. You want that to be your go mode item at this point, I think.
So you are cheering for the runner's side on this one.
I said if I'm a runner, that's what I'm looking for.
There you go.
I'm sure chat wants the other way around.
And Cassidy Moen, I do recall those days. Again, we're trying to move towards, newer policies here. It's that Nick. Hammer is not necessarily go mode.
No, they need hammer and boots.
And right now, eyes are primarily on, well, in this case, Goomba. Though Chloe as well. Chloe is going to be the first one likely to encounter Vitreous. And yeah, it is time to make that journey. Chloe is going to be the first to encounter Vitreous, most likely, followed by Goomba, and then Fear Agent. Unfit making, in this case, the right play by going to Ice Palace first. Oh gosh, that means if Vitreous has the hammer, then effectively we called it. So earlier we did talk about the advanced item placement rule changes. No, you have to have the lamp for logic.
Yeah, no torches down here. Not that it's likely that not having the lamp would stop any of these runners.
It would stop me.
Oh, it stopped me too, but at least in Mire it would.
I do play Seeds myself, it's just I'm better as a commentator. And a chair dancer, but we'll talk about that another day.
Okay, Goomba and Chloe both almost there.
Ah, Goomba made up some time.
Absolutely.
Hide in shadow, it's not that bad. I'm just sometimes referred to as Dance Dad, that's all.
So yeah, see side-by-side viddies on the bottom of our screen.
And Goomba gets the kill first.
But not by much.
No,
And it's a
what
hammer.
Is the item?
It's a hammer!
Both dungeons had the other items. We are not in go mode yet, but we have a lot more. We have a lot more places to check now.
We have a lot more places. I might just go check Hammer Pigs right away, hoping it's there. The last thing I want to do right now is go to Turtle Rock. That could be where the boots are. But for now, probably just clear out the ones that we can clear out. which basically is ice and swamp. Swamp has 6 items. Maybe the boots will be there.
Well, we actually eliminated one of the 6 already, the second chest. But it looks like Goomba wants to finish off ice first, while Chloe is thinking swamp is better.
Yeah, both these are reasonable calls. Finish the dungeons you know you can do, so you might which order you do them in. Not sure it really matters at this point.
That is true. Admittedly, swamp does allow for the remaining 5 items plus the pyramid fairy in the end. But at the same time, I mean, Ice Palace at this point is, I mean, I can't exactly say relatively quick, but we know where we're going. And now Fear Agent has that all-important hammer. So where are the boots?
There's so many places these boots can be.
I'm still going to say it. Master Shovel to boots. And the reason we had to take out Aga 1, the Titan's mitts were in Thieves Town. And the hammer was at Vitreous, which required the Titan's mitts. This was kind of an ugly seed for that. Just by that alone.
Okay, Fear Agent
But
is called the swamp.
Yep. Our featured 4 are taking it in stride. And, well, hopefully they still keep it in stride when they get up here in the interview booth. Alright, Goomba's going to give us the first of our 3 remaining checks here in Ice Palace. Chest number 1.
Compass.
Chest number 2. What do we have?
Small key.
I believe I believe Cold Stare, excuse me, has our 3rd item.
Meanwhile, we're about to see another item in swamp. And just bombs.
Alright, 4 remain.
Looks like Chloe's just gonna go right to the back. And maybe check the left side later.
I know a number of runners that prefer not left side. It does take a little bit of time.
At Go Mode -1, I think it makes a lot of sense. If you find the item here, then you don't ever have to go to the left side. If the item turns out to be on the left side, you're not losing that much time, just a little bit, because you're gonna have to go from the beginning of the dungeon to get there.
Fear also going through swamp. Alright, the 2 sunken chests. Compass. And red mail.
I mean, at least that's a decent item. It's not what they're looking for, but they'll take it.
However, this does guarantee left side swamp has at least 1 item. And now left side swamp has 2. In the meantime, Cold Stare drops a blue root. Now, I do believe Argus will drop an item, but...
Have we seen the big key yet?
We haven't.
This is where you kind of hope that the big key is just locked in the big key chest.
Now, we are playing with 100% inventory rules, so we could have one-to-one keys, such as the big key in Swamp Palace, come into effect here. There is a separate flag called 100% location, where that one-to-one logic doesn't apply.
Yep.
But it's not for...
And then there's the other version, which doesn't guarantee that you can get everything, all the items. This version, you can get all the items. But there is a version where you can have things like boots on the torch. Don't like that.
yeah.
I forget what that's called. I think it's called beatable or something.
Beatable, it is another name for it, but effectively you can beat the game, you're just not guaranteed everything.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, Chloe gonna head back into ice to check the left side.
Ice Palace got warm. But yeah, we are entering swamp left side. Makes sense. We're already here. Let's do this.
This is where, like I said, you hope that big key is in the big chest, because there's nothing worse than going to the left side of swamp and having to backtrack to the big key chest, because that's where the big key is.
Now, fortunately, Chloe remembers to get the small key down here so as to not flood it and have to return.
And Fear Agent leaving swamp.
Heading towards the Pyramid Fairy.
Yeah. Now, this is a good call, too. I mean, if this is the answer, it's going to be a lot quicker than going to the left side.
Alright, 100 rupees spent. Don't lose it. Alright, Goomba is in the lobby of Swamp. Will this be a quick one? Well, heading south first, that's common enough.
So one of the things that Fear Agent forgot about in terms... Because this was an Agaseed, he could have just mirrored to the Light World and just gone back to the Pyramid by walking through the Dark World axis there.
That is true. Alright, we have multiple item checks coming here.
Half magic, that's nice. And rupees.
Well,
okay.
And more rupees in Swamp.
Yeah, and a nice luxury item in half magic, but that is not what Fear was looking for.
And neither was that.
Alrighty
Swamp
then.
Is not... Well, there's your big... Yeah, there's your big key locked in the big chest, but here's the thing. I don't think Chloe's heading to Turtle Rock. First of all, we're probably going to see Pyramid Fairy on Chloe's side, but then he may very well head into Pod.
Pod is now completable. But I would check Spike Cave and Turtle Rock first. There's just so many more items. They've already mostly cleared. Mostly cleared Pod. And
Chat,
I mean, green pendant, so there's also that, but of course we know that's nothing.
Chat, I need a reminder. Were all 5 items found in Palace of Darkness yet?
Okay, Chloe's showing off the way you can do this with Aga having been beat. Gonna get his half magic.
Alright, chat consensus is split, but we have one vocal about King Helmasaur having an item, and some thinking that we may have all 5, but aren't too sure. And, Chloe's gonna finish Ice Palace. I mean, this makes sense.
Yep. Gotta do it eventually anyway.
We are going to get our answers somehow. I mean, we are nearly 90 minutes in here, and I just don't know what to expect at this point.
Okay, so once again, we're doing stuff that everybody's already done. Let's see who's the first to do something new. Unfit's gonna go check that left side. Actually, it looks like Unfit's just getting into Swamp the first time. See which way he goes first.
My apologies, I had to double check something quickly.
Oh, no worries.
Alright, we will hopefully get the answers to this seed relatively quickly.
Alright, Goomba heading up towards Death Mountain.
Especially since we have many more events coming up on the Speed Gaming Networks, including an important Pokemon any percent tournament, I believe, at the top of the hour. And chat is really hoping that boots are in Turtle Rock. If the boots are not in Turtle Rock,
we have Spike
and
Cave,
they are not,
and we have Hammer Pigs. That's all I can think of. Or a blind Pedpool.
It's possible. It's entirely possible. So we'll try to stick with you as long as we can. Alright, Ether Medallion got us in. Now let's see what we can find. Goomba rage slashing already, just wanting to get this seed over and done with.
Now, we'll see if any of the other runners choose to check those other two locations first.
Small key in the first chest.
Okay, looks like Fear Agent may be headed towards those Hammer Pigs.
Alright, we'll at least get one mystery taken care of. And by the way, chat, we can confirm Thieves Town Big Chest has nothing. We've already seen all 4 items. And
nothing.
Well, we have a big key in the double roller room.
Yep.
I would not want to skip that island chest.
No, you're not skipping anything in Turtle Rock. You just want to hopefully get the item and get out. Hoping the item is not all the way down there on Trinex.
Or even worse, not there at all. Alright, Hammer Pegs for Fear Agent.
And
No.
bombs. and a book.
Oh,
That
that's
is not.
technically
That is not what you want to find now. That's 2 more checks.
Oh, that's Fetch Quest City right there. And chat is loving it. And Fear Agent realizing, oh wait, I don't need to be. And Chloe never went to visit King Zora.
Ouch.
I mean, it's logical, but
I like the 135 Zora check. It doesn't even pick up the bee. Oh, and a shovel! Oh my god.
Sorry, JTN.
So, are we gonna see the mushroom next?
I no longer know. At this point, it may just be boots on pedestal. Okay, Fear Agent is going through Spike Cave.
Yeah, I like this check before going into Turtle Rock.
Alright, no checks have been skipped at this point, chat. We are going to get our answer soon. Is Spike Cave worth it?
No, it is not. Oh.
Goomba, you did not go to Mimic Cave! Turn back! Turn back!
He's turning back. No, I like this strategy. It's quicker to check the big chest, so you go ahead and you check that real quick, and then you go back outside to check the Mimic Cave, which is slower.
I can't say I'm familiar with that, but fair enough. Alright, does Mimic Cave have what we need?
No, it does not. A big shield. Oh.
That's... okay, chat, I need your opinion. Does that count as French vanilla? Because technically Mimic Cave is kind of on the way through Turtle Rock?
Yeah, sure. Cross-dimensional vanilla, I like that.
We'll take it. You know what? We'll call it German vanilla, sure.
Okay,
I'm in Germany right now. I'm claiming. Okay. Now, if this is a small key right here for Goomba, no, it's not. Okay, Laser Bridge is required.
Well, maybe. It could be. I mean, it wouldn't be an unreasonable choice for these runners once they see that book or that shovel to just dip out and check them. I don't know that I would do that, but it's certainly a choice they could make.
Not one that I would make. Oh gosh, and chat already wants to see the mushroom. Just bring out all the fetch quest items.
Oh, I'm waiting for it. You know it's gotta be here. Either that or it's gonna be at one of those book checks or at shovel.
Alright, 4 items available here. Number 1, art container. Number 2, red rupee. Please call the...
And there's that mushroom. Oh my god.
I was right to have you call it.
So here's the interesting part here. There's still the possibility those boots are at pedestal. And I haven't been counting the items. I don't know if they've gotten all 5. But I think you just gotta finish this dungeon, because if it does turn out to be ped, you don't want to have to come back.
Yeah, I think we have... I agree. Oh my goodness. At the very least, we should get our answer to where the boots are. But yeah, as I said, we do have an important Pokemon Red any % glitchless tournament coming at the top of the hour, so we may not get to see this seed finish to its completion. And for that, I
know, that
apologize.
is quite a shame. That is quite a shame.
But we will call at least as much as possible. Also, we already saw the single arrow, I believe.
Yeah, I think that was super early. Like, I want to say that was in the Lost Woods at the very beginning.
I think so. Trinex, what will you give us today?
A compass. So
So we
see
did
all
get
that.
everything.
Yep. Okay, so Goomba probably goes and checks Spike Cave and the Ether Tablet. Actually, not in that order, in the other order. And yes, they have all dip pod.
All except King Helmasaur.
Yep. All except King Helmasaur.
So let's put this into perspective. We have Ether check, we have Bombos check, we have Mushroom check, we have Shovel check, we have King Helmasaur check, and if King Helmasaur if King Helmasaur doesn't give us anything, then it's Ped.
Okay. Okay, Ether, what do you got? Rupees.
20 rupees.
Okay, Goomba now gonna do the Spike Cave check, which we... Oh, not gonna do Spike Cave check. Okay.
Well, we've already confirmed that Spike Cave doesn't have anything, so...
Well, yes, we know that, but I thought it was someone else that went there.
It was Fear. You are correct. Alright. Does the potion shop have what we need?
Hey! There it is! We have Go Mode!
Turtle Rock required at the 1 hour, 41 minute, 30 second mark. Goomba has officially entered Go Mode.
Wow.
Well, at least we were able to solve that mystery in time.
And this will be a very quick end of desert. Just needs to go pick up the keys. Actually, this won't be that quick. He says to go pick up the key and then pick up the big key.
Alright, as we said, there is a bit of a time crunch, so we can't even guarantee interviews tonight, but hopefully we will be able to see Goomba at least finish Ganon's tower, if not Ganon himself.
Hey, look, it's a gold sword.
Oh, sure, let's just rub it in even more.
Though we haven't seen the second bow yet, so no silver arrows.
You are correct on that. Alright, easy. Okay. Sorry, I don't usually go for spin speed on those steps, because if you're not careful, you fall down. Chloe Power trying to catch up, and probably thinking, oh gosh, it better be one of these fetch quest items. And Fear Agent is approaching Value Bridge, effectively. And soon, so is Unfit.
Yeah, because that's where our mushroom was. We had to go all the way down to Laser Bridge just to pick up a mushroom to go back and get the boots. And I have no doubt that all these runners, they're all going to go through it all, because, like we said, you don't want to have to come back to Turtle Rock just to kill the boss, just to kill Trinex if it's on Ped.
And whatever is in that big chest in Desert Palace is going to stay there. Alright folks, we have to make this quick. We are approaching Ganon's tower. That big key is somewhere. tell me which item number it is between 1 through 22 integers only. Let me rephrase. The direct integers only, no mathematical formulas.
Hey, I like mathematical formulas. I'm okay with mathematical formulas.
I don't have anything against mathematical formulas either, but I'm trying to keep this.
Okay, let's see. Chloe, no doubt, gonna go through the same checks. What order is he gonna do? I don't know, but probably gonna do this one first. Yeah, do the book one first here. And then it's... The nice thing with the mushroom, it's just so easy to flute to the witch's hut. Which is probably why you go there second.
No, Chloe, it's actually going to Spike Cave second.
Looks that way. I mean, to be fair, that makes sense. Because you're right there.
Chat, I am not going to take the equations as answers, okay? It has to be a straight up answer. No Poseidon Shadow, now go to your room. No, look, I'm not a math hater, I'm just not doing math right now. By the way, no more guesses.
Yeah, we are about to enter. Let's see what we got. Gonna check the right side first.
And...
Oh, there's silver arrows.
Well, okay, we don't have to worry about that mystery.
Alright, gonna have to go over to the left side, because no one wants to try bet on tile room.
No one can access tile room.
No, you need the key for the room after that, don't
you?
They
Need...
have...
You're right,
yeah.
that one.
Yeah. Okay.
By the way, Rip Bob. And yeah, with that, we...
Goomba going for the hover. Okay, let's see. In the Stalfos room, we have arrows, rupees, more arrows, and a key. And it looks like he's gonna keep going this way.
7 down. We haven't hit it yet. Alright, map room number 8. No. Alright, again, we'll at least hopefully see to the end of Ganon's tower, but... we're gonna cut this close, folks.
A faster big key would help. So let's hope for a big key in the fire snake room or random room coming up here. And just a container heart.
Alright, let's go through 10 through 13. If I were playing along, I would normally guess, well, somewhere in this room, typically.
And there it is.
I actually would have gotten that. But who did guess 10? And I mean actual 10, not equation.
I'm not seeing a 10. I saw a 9. We had...
I also saw a 9.
Where's the 9?
I see a 10.
20... Oh, where? Oh.
Crows! Congratulations! And so, with that, I think I do have something for you. Right, the commands aren't working today, are they? Thank you! Thank you, Oasis. You have won a lifetime supply of randomizer seeds. All the seeds you want. Whether it is Key Sanity, Retro, Inverted, all the new hint combinations and entrance combinations, enemy combinations, you name it. Go to ALTTPR.com and enjoy today. Offer stays valid until the next major version. Not available in Nebraska.
Those poor Nebraskans.
I don't even know what I don't even know if there's an equivalent like that here in Germany.
Nebraska's still on version 29. There you go.
So does that mean you're in Nebraska?
I'm not in Nebraska.
Maybe Total is. Anyway, Land Mode 2. Struggling a little bit, but Goomba is trying to recover.
Yeah, having a little bit of trouble with the timing on those arrows. It's a little bit tricky.
Especially with that statue shooter. Alright, we are taking care of the last bit of the whiz robes. Oh, you have to go back. It's okay, Goomba. I don't always get it here. Alright, first 4 torches covered. And there we go, Goomba remembering to get that small key. Yep.
It's a terrible feeling when you get up this high and you realize, oh, whoops, I don't have enough keys.
Alright, stock up on fairies makes sense. Stock up on magic makes sense. Alright. If Goomba has perfect fights throughout, we can at least see Ganon. But again, time is tight. We're not even going to see Moldorm's last possessions, or Moldorm's toy box, or whatever you call it.
There's nothing else you could possibly want at this point. You have all the safeties.
Yeah, well, technically we are still missing a bottle, but...
Yeah. Like these runners need bottles.
That is fair. And...
I don't think I got any shots in on that one. Ouch.
No!
That's what happens to me, come on.
That's a 0 and a 1.
Oh, but that's a 3, a very nice 3.
There we go.
Can we get a 2? Oh,
yes.
Okay. Nice recovery. Bad start, wonderful recovery.
Alright. If Goomba finishes this up in 2.5 minutes...
He's got a gold sword. He's got silver arrows. He should be able to do this.
Alright. We will stay on until Ganon defeat or Ganon fall. But after that, we have to book it. Coming up in less than 5 minutes, Pokemon Red any percent glitchless tournament match. As Ganon wants to already prepare snacks for the occasion. This'll be between Bark the Wire, Crazy Dan, and Pokeguy.
Okay, Ganon, we just... Yeah, there we go. Ganon refusing to stand still for a while.
Come on, Ganon, we have... I know that you... Look, we have a time limit here tonight. And we cannot just play the song of... inverted Song of Time here. Come on, work with us. Thank you.
I'll tell you, the thing I hate most about the progressive bow is I miss to tell the line now with the my true weakness just doesn't cut it for me.
Well, due to the progressive bow nature, we're kind of limited on how we can do it.
We are indeed.
However, Ganon is no more. Get your GGs out in chat, folks. Goomba is going to cross that bridge of destiny in the end. Tracy, what is the official SRL time if you have?
And Goomba finishing up with official SRL time of 1:58.38, first on the restream, but second overall to I Am the Schwartz, who finished in first place with an official SRL time of 1:46.20. We did have one comment. I don't like to call out forfeits, but one person who did put a comment in The Legend of Zelda: A Search for Sneakers.
Kind of pushing it with that comment, but we're at time so we cannot pursue it. So, for everyone here, I am Wolfman2000, aka Danstad. Keep on grooving and watch out for troll dorms. Tracy, anything you'd like to conclude with?
Just there's another race at what, 9 o'clock Eastern? So show up for that one. I might even play that
10
one,
o'clock
so
Eastern, but yeah,
10 o'clock
it's coming up next. Pokemon Red, any % glitchless. Let's go.
Enjoy.